Taylor Swift left in tears after Travis Kelce's adorable $200 million surprise. Nobody, absolutely nobody, saw this coming. Not the fans. Not the insiders. Not even Taylor Swift herself. On what started as a calm, quiet evening meant to escape the noise of the world, Taylor was about to experience a moment so emotional, so personal, and so overwhelmingly adorable, that it would leave her in uncontrollable tears, the kind of tears that don't come from pain, but from a love so deep it knocks the air out of your lungs. And at the center of it all? Travis Kelce. And a $200 million surprise that changed everything. Crescent moon, a quiet night. Or so she thought. Taylor had just wrapped up an exhausting stretch, studio sessions, meetings, creative brainstorming, and endless pressure that came with being Taylor Swift. That night, she wanted nothing extravagant. No cameras. No headlines. No crowd screaming her name. Just peace. Travis told her he had something small planned. His exact words? Just trust me, Tay. Wear something comfy. She laughed it off. Small? From Travis Kelce? She should have known better. Automobile, the unexpected drive. Instead of pulling up to their usual quiet spot, Travis drove her somewhere unfamiliar. The city lights slowly faded behind them. Taylor noticed the silence. The way Travis kept glancing at her, smiling nervously. "Why do you look like you're about to run onto the Super Bowl field?" she teased. He laughed, but didn't answer. When the car finally stopped, Taylor froze. Before them stood a beautifully restored historic theater, glowing softly under warm lights. No paparazzi. No chaos. Just serenity. Above the entrance, a single sign read, "For Taylor, always." Her heart skipped. Musical notes, a love letter written in silence. Inside, the theater was empty. Every seat. Every aisle. Every balcony. Except for one thing. On the stage stood a grand piano, surrounded by flowers, each one representing a different era of her life. Lyrics subtly engraved into the petals. Lines only he would know mattered to her. Taylor covered her mouth. "What is this, Trav?" she whispered. That's when he took her hand. Broken heart, red heart, the confession that broke her. Travis led her to the center seat. The lights dimmed. A screen dropped. And suddenly, her life unfolded before her eyes. Clips from old interviews. Moments from sold-out stadiums. Home videos no one else had ever seen. But then came something else. New footage. Travis, alone, talking directly to the camera. "Taylor, you've given the world everything you have. Your voice. Your heart. Your pain. This is me giving something back." Her eyes filled instantly. Moneybag, the $200 million surprise revealed. That's when Travis stood and walked onto the stage. He took a deep breath. "I didn't buy you a gift," he said softly. "I built one." He revealed that he had quietly partnered with major investors to create a $200 million creative empire, a fully independent, artist-owned production and publishing platform. But here's the part that shattered her completely. It was 100% in her name. No labels. No restrictions. No compromises. A space where Taylor could create freely, protect young artists, and rewrite the rules forever. "This isn't about money," Travis continued. "It's about making sure no one ever controls your voice again." Taylor was shaking. Loudly crying, face tears that said everything. She stood slowly, hands trembling, tears streaming down her face. "I don't even know how to breathe right now," she cried. Travis stepped toward her, but she stopped him. "No," she said through tears. "You don't understand. No one has ever done something like this for me." She broke down completely. The strong, confident global icon melted into a woman overwhelmed by love. And when she finally collapsed into his arms, the silence said more than words ever could. Ring a moment that felt eternal. As they held each other, Travis whispered something only she could hear. I see you. Not the superstar. You. Taylor later described that moment as the first time I felt truly safe without needing armor. No ring. No proposal. Just something deeper. Globe showing America's when fans found out. When rumors of the theater purchase and new creative platform leaked, the internet exploded. Fans were in disbelief. This is the most romantic thing ever. Travis Kelce is setting the standard. Taylor deserves this and more. I'm crying and it didn't even happen to me. Even celebrities reacted, calling it the ultimate love language. Red Heart. The real surprise wasn't the money. Later that night, Taylor said something that made Travis tear up too. The money is incredible, but what broke me was knowing someone loves me enough to protect my dreams. And that's the part no headline can capture. Because the real $200 million surprise wasn't the investment. It was the intention. Sparkle's final thought. In a world obsessed with grand gestures, this one stood out, not because of the price tag, but because of the heart behind it. Taylor Swift didn't cry because she was shocked. She cried because she was seen, understood, and loved. And sometimes that's priceless. Taylor Swift left in tears, loudly crying face after Travis Kelce's adorable $200 million surprise. Fans couldn't believe what he did next. This story is a work of fiction created for entertainment purposes only. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw this coming. On what started as a quiet, low-key evening, Taylor Swift was reportedly left overwhelmed, emotional, and in tears after Travis Kelce pulled off what fans are now calling the most adorable, heartfelt, and jaw-dropping $200 million surprise in celebrity relationship history. And no, it wasn't just about money. It was about love, timing, vulnerability, and a moment so intimate that even Taylor, the woman who's written songs about every possible emotion, was completely speechless. A normal night. Or so Taylor thought. According to those close to the couple, Taylor believed the night was going to be simple. No cameras. No red carpets. No stadiums screaming her name. Just her and Travis. She had just wrapped up a long stretch of rehearsals and writing sessions, emotionally drained but creatively alive. Travis, on the other hand, had been unusually calm all day. No playful teasing. No jokes. Just focused. Taylor noticed. She even asked him earlier that day. Why are you being so serious today? Travis smiled and said, You'll see. She had no idea what was coming. The moment everything changed. That evening, Travis invited Taylor to what she believed was a private dinner at a quiet location meaningful to them, somewhere symbolic of their early days together. When Taylor arrived, the room looked beautiful but modest. Candles. Soft music. Warm lighting. She relaxed. She felt safe. Then Travis stood up. And that's when her smile slowly faded into confusion. He took her hands, both of them, and for the first time since they'd been together, his voice cracked. I've played in front of millions, he said. I've handled pressure my whole life, but nothing scares me more than not telling you how much you mean to me. Taylor's eyes filled instantly. She knew this wasn't just a speech. The $200 million surprise revealed. Travis explained that over the past year, quietly and intentionally, he had worked with advisors, creatives, and partners to put together something entirely for Taylor, not for headlines, not for brand deals, not for publicity. A $200 million legacy project. But here's the twist. Broken Heart. It wasn't a check. Broken Heart. It wasn't jewelry. Broken Heart. It wasn't a mansion. It was freedom. Travis revealed he had invested heavily into Taylor-owned master projects. Independent creative spaces. Long-term charitable foundations in her name. And a private fund designed to protect her art forever. "I wanted you to never feel owned by the world again," Travis said. "I wanted your music, your voice, your story, to belong to you. Always." That's when Taylor broke down. Taylor's emotional breakdown, loudly crying face. Witnesses say Taylor covered her face, tears streaming down as her body visibly shook. This wasn't a pop star crying for cameras. This was a woman who had fought her entire career to own her voice, finally realizing someone loved her enough to fight that battle with her, and for her. She reportedly whispered, "No one has ever done this for me." Travis didn't interrupt her tears. He pulled her into his arms and simply said, "You've given the world everything. Let me give something back." Why this moment hit so deep? Fans know Taylor's history. The battles. The contracts. The feeling of being controlled. The constant pressure to perform, smile, and move on. This wasn't just a romantic gesture. This was healing. For the first time, Taylor didn't feel like she had to be strong. She didn't have to write a song about the pain. She could just feel. Fans react. This is real love. When whispers of the moment began circulating, fans were stunned. Speech balloon, not flowers. Not diamonds. He gave her security. Speech balloon, this is the healthiest celebrity relationship I've ever seen. Speech balloon, she cried because he understood her soul. Many fans even said the gesture was more romantic than a proposal, because it showed deep emotional intelligence, not just grand gestures. What happens next? Sources say Taylor spent the rest of the night curled up next to Travis, still emotional, still processing. No Instagram posts. No announcements. No statements. Just two people in a quiet moment that changed everything. And while fans are already speculating about engagement, rumors ring. Wedding bells bell. A future album inspired by this night, musical notes. One thing is certain. Taylor Swift will never forget the night Travis Kelce made her cry, not from heartbreak, but from being truly, deeply, and selflessly loved.